got a nice chunk of change out of that.
That's all that matters, man. Whatever. Could have been more, but could have been more. Oh well. Still money. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Always Chillin' Podcast, episode 48. Skinny D, Sandman, Barbershop. You know the drill by now. Check us out on all our socials: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Apparently we have like 4 Twitter pages.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
D's in charge of all that.
I'm
so
working on it.
Whatever. We're on Twitter a few times. Follow all of them.
Always Chillin' 22 on Twitter.
Always Chillin' 22 on
Always
Twitter.
Chillin' 22, and that's the number 22.
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube. Videos are on Spotify and all that stuff. And we will get right into it. I came in here, when was that? Thursday for my haircut?
Was it Thursday?
Pretty sure it was Thursday. That's not the important part. I came in here on Thursday. Your wife cut my hair. I wanted to talk about something that happened to me while she was cutting my hair. A long time ago, my dad told me this thing. He said, the older you get, the more stuff the barber's going to start cutting. And I was like, what's that mean? And I was in here on Thursday, and Jana cut my hair, and she looked at me for a little bit, and then she was just like, and I was like, oh, she cut my eyebrows. And it just, like, it's fine. It just would have been nice to get eased into that, man. All I could think about was my dad. I was like, oh, shit. It happened, man. She moved on. That's the first time somebody's cut anything besides my hair, pretty much.
Yeah. You on that level now, dog.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother level,
I was
man.
like, oh, shit, my eyebrows are bushy.
Got them Dumbledores.
Yeah, I didn't find out until she took the comb to him and cut them.
That is
But
different.
Yeah, he told me the older you get, the more stuff the barber's gonna start cutting.
Yeah, she's been in the game 30 plus years, you know, so it's kind of, it's probably just.
Well, yeah, and it's fine. It's
from
fine.
Here, you look good, dog.
Yeah, I know. It looks great.
I probably wouldn't have did it to you.
It looks great.
But, she old school, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't mad about it. It just would have been nice to know that I was old.
Yeah.
Before that.
I've
that's
had
that's how I found out I was old.
I've had to get in guys' ears.
Yeah.
Around the ear, outside of the ear, in the nose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
guys,
she hasn't done in the nose.
You ain't in the nose yet. Oh, you good? You good? You
straight. Yeah,
straight.
I still got some growing.
You got the upside down mustache. When you get that, man, that's a whole nother level. You got that upside down mustache.
Yeah,
I'm almost there, man. Shit.
Yeah,
my upside down mustache is starting a little bit, man. That's when your nose hair starts growing and shit. That's OG status right there.
Shit. My grandpa had a heart attack on Friday.
Oh man, how is he? Good?
Yeah, he's good. He's
man.
like pissed he was in the hospital.
One of them old tough motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's tough. He's real tough. Yeah, I guess he died. He's like, well, I guess I died.
One of them old tough motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's like that had to shock me. He was at an estate sale, trying to buy some dead dude shit,
Oh shit.
And he said he woke up and the paramedics were like above him. He didn't even know what happened. He said,
how old is he?
And then he's like, well, fellas, I got some shit to buy. So he was gonna try to go to the auction still.
Oh shit.
Like they just revived.
Oh yeah, he's Popeye for real.
They just revived him from death, literally.
Shit.
His heart stopped. They had to shock him and bring him back, I guess.
Damn, that's a bad motherfucker, man.
And he's like, yeah, well, I'm still going to this auction.
God, dog.
Yeah, and they're like, no, you're not, man. No, you're not. And we went and visited him in the hospital on Friday. It was like, hours after it happened.
Right.
And we go to the room and the bed's empty. I was expecting him to be laid up in the bed,
Uh-huh.
And he's sitting in a chair reading like his Western novel.
Man, fuck all that shit.
Yeah, he's like eating chicken pot pie or whatever.
Damn. Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah,
man.
he was just pissed he was in the hospital.
Okay.
He's like, they ain't letting me out here till Sunday. Bullshit.
So he got out today.
Like, you died. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave him this like this vest that it has a defibrillator in it, I guess. And if his heart stops, it'll shock him real quick.
Shit.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Can't wear it while he's taking a bath.
Damn.
But
that's where
other
we
than
at
that,
with
he has
shit
to wear it all the
man.
time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but bad year for grandparents.
Yeah,
Continues, man. Yeah, grandma died a couple months ago,
Yeah. Well, he's all right. He's at home.
Yeah, and he's the only grandpa I have that I like.
Yeah, man.
My family gets divorced a lot, I guess, because I think I've had more grandpas than most people. Most of them haven't been related to me. I've had a few. I've ran through a few grandpas. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is the only grandpa I ever liked.
Pretty cool dude.
Yeah, so I was pretty on Friday. Like I'm laughing about it now, but
How old is he?
I was pretty worried on Friday. He's probably, I think he's in his 70s. Not that, he's still got some.
Still fairly young.
Yeah, he's still spry, man.
Still got some life left.
And he's like he has to go to physical therapy 3 times a week or whatever, you know.
Oh, he's pissed.
Yeah, he's pissed. Yeah, he is pissed about that. Yeah, my mom was like, "Oh, if you need a ride anywhere, blah." He's like, "Why would I need a ride?" And mom was like, "Oh, just in case you." He's like, "I'm driving myself." He's like, "Why wouldn't I drive myself?" He's like, "Nobody." He's one of those guys too. Like, nobody needs to. I don't want to inconvenience anybody. I'm fine.
I had
I can drive myself. It's like you died though. You actually died.
Old Latino guy.
Yeah.
Had the most perfect silver hair. Navy guy. I think he was about 70 something. Yeah. This dude would ride his bike.
My grandpa was in Korea.
Okay.
So yeah,
maybe that's
similar.
what he was. Yeah, because he was definitely a veteran. He had a shoulder surgery, first surgery in his life ever. And instead of, like, my shoulder's better, like, he feels like he was defeated. I'm like,
pissed.
dude.
He's like, damn it.
I shouldn't have did it. And I'm like, well, you ain't in pain no more. He's like, yeah, but I'm not the same. I was like, nah, you tripping, man.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, when them old motherfuckers, they don't build them like that no more, man.
Yeah, so he's good. I guess his heart, this is how tough he is, too. I guess his heart bypassed itself. Like, it did its own bypass. I didn't know that was a thing that could happen.
I didn't either.
But the doctor says it is, so.
Well,
I believe the doctor.
There's four, you got 4 valves in your heart. So
yeah, 2 of them, I guess, were blocked completely. But his heart did its own bypass.
Yeah.
Some kind of natural bypass thing.
Yeah, 1 valve shut down. It'll go to yeah. There's super vena cava and all that shit. Don't ask me why I remember that shit, but I learned that shit in barber school. Like, why the fuck we learning about the heart in barber school?
Well, it helped out today, man.
Yeah. Super vena cava. I think that's the main vein. That's the one you really want to know. The super vena cava.
I don't know. That's not what they're talking about. When people say drain the main vein, I don't think that's what they're talking about.
No, not at all. I call it dropping bass, dog.
Dropping bass.
Dropping bass.
What is that?
My wife be trying to talk to me while I'm taking a piss and shit, and I can't hear you over this bass. Can't hear you. Or I'm about to make it dark in here.
Yeah.
About to go make it dark.
You said that one. Yeah. Before the show, you wanted to talk about hip hop breakups. We were talking about the breakup at third base.
Yeah.
Which I guess was particularly traumatic.
My top hip hop breakup would probably be.
I can't even think of any because there's not really like groups. Hip hop groups aren't really a thing how they used to be. I don't think.
God, dog, man, it would probably be NWA and Public Enemy. Those 2 breakups like really fucked my life up. You know what I mean? Yeah, it really kind of fucked my life up. Yeah, the Fat Boys, the Ghetto Boys, Third Base.
What was fucked up about Third Base? What was fucked up about them breaking up?
Third Base is like I've heard guys say like Eminem's a guest in the House of Hip Hop. I don't agree with all that shit. There were white dudes back then that were so-called, rap artists, I mean? It was gimmick shit. It was stupid. Like I said earlier, it was bubblegum rap, you know what I mean? Third Base, to be white dudes, it was hip hop. You know what I mean? They knew the language, the dances, the style, it was real hip hop, you know what I mean? So that it made you feel good. Like hip hop did.
Mm-hmm.
The Ghetto Boys, that one kind of destroyed me. Bone. And these are groups we just ain't gonna, we ain't gonna get groups like this no more.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, probably ever again, dude.
Yeah, I think even when Ice Cube left the group.
Yeah, people don't do that. Do you think people think it's like lame to be in a group now?
To be in a yeah.
Well, or is it everybody wants the name recognition?
Everybody wants the name recognition
because you got to have featuring whoever in your song. But if it's a group, then nobody knows. I love the Jurassic 5, but I honestly couldn't tell you the names of any of them.
Yeah, right. Damn, right.
Yeah. So that probably has something to do with it too.
Yeah.
And I mean, people deserve recognition and credit.
Yeah.
That probably has a lot to do with it. I bet why people don't group up like that anymore.
Like the Roots. You know what I mean? It's longevity. You know what I mean? To the process of creating and being able to keep keep that, creative spirit going. And that I think that's the beauty in a group, because one dude falls off on the other dude should be able to pick it up. You know what I mean? Wu-Tang still kind of doing their thing. So you can't really say Wu-Tang is broke up.
Yeah. There's always one dude in a group that's just compared to the other. There's one that's noticeably whacker, I would say. Like Brand Nubian.
Lord Jamar.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell who's nice and who isn't. Usually, do you think they do that on purpose? It's like they got one guy who his whole purpose is to just make the other ones look better.
Well, one dude,
he's a plant,
Well, let's go to NWA. I always used to be like, what does DJ Yella do? You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah,
what does he do? Because Dr. Dre is the DJ. Before Dre was Dre was the DJ. He did all that. So I'm like, what is that? Vinny from Naughty by Nature.
Mm-hmm.
Tretch was writing his rhyme. So I'm like,
yeah, see,
like
that's what I'm saying.
Like he was
my point exactly, man. There's always there's like everybody's pretty good, and then there's one.
Yeah, there's always one. Yeah.
There's just one who's just kind of corny.
Corny's a good word.
Like his voice.
Corny's a good word.
Like Jurassic 5 has a guy who, like, he's good. Everybody in Jurassic 5 is good, but there's a guy whose voice is just like
not
corny,
right.
Man.
Yeah,
you'll know exactly. Here, I'll play some Jurassic 5. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
Off. Yeah, I got you. Now you got me thinking.
Yeah. Pretty much every group has like a.
Yeah.
Like, it almost seems like. I mean, it makes sense to do.
For some reason, Lord Jamar just
the other ones
sticks
more
out
popular.
to me for like so much.
Somebody who's like, their mom made him bring him along when they were kids, and now they're just in a rap
group. Put my baby in the group.
Yeah, they're just in a rap group together
my
now.
baby want to be in the group.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. Damn, you really got me thinking.
Yeah. Who's your favorite group?
Who's my favorite group of all time?
Mm-hmm.
God, dog, man, you would hit me with that, wouldn't you? I'm gotta go with NWA, man. I gotta go with NWA.
Okay.
With
yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I expected you to say.
With Public Enemy, like right there. If I could go 1A, 1B, it would be NWA and Public Enemy. They influenced me so much. From 87 to 92, they influenced me. So.
I thought Wu-Tang would be in your number 2, maybe.
Wu-Tang's definitely in there, but Wu-Tang didn't. That was 94, 95. I go back to very, very.
You're talking
early,
like formative years.
I go back to very, very early.
Influenced
hip-hop.
your entire taste in music.
My entire taste in music, because early hip hop was I won't say it was whack, but it was just. Some of it was corny. Some of it was very corny because it was new.
Yeah.
By the time I got a hold of hip hop, it was probably only 10, 12 years old. 85, 86. Yeah, it was probably only 10, 12 years before I got a hold of it. But I remember the group UTFO, Rodney O and Joe Cooley. You know what I mean? Cool Mo D. Treacherous 3, Busy B. EU. I go back to those early days. So when like the Ghetto Boys came out, and they were before NWA. The Ghetto Boys were. The Ghetto Boys were probably about 85, 86. And then Ice-T, which was pre-NWA.
Okay.
To get that gangster shit, like, oh, I see this shit all day. Ah, fuck, they talking about that shit. Oh, shit. And then along comes NWA to top off that. Oh, I was like, oh, fuck. I'm hooked. You know what I mean? Then being in Nebraska, everybody would think, even in the 90s, that, we were the last to get shit. No, we weren't. You know what I mean? If you got it on Tuesday, we were going to get it on Wednesday. So we always had everything. So I could be listening to NWA and then pop Wu-Tang in, and then pop the Ghetto Boys in, and they from down south, you know what I mean? All of that shit. So by the time 92, Dre, I would say when Ice Cube left NWA, man, that Ice Cube going solo, that was probably the most anticipated solo album in hip hop history when he went solo. And that's why, Ice Cube is one one of my top 5 MCs. You know, he was writing for 4 other dudes, and himself, and making them all sound dope and different. I don't think he gets his credit for that. So when he left the group and went to New York and had the Bomb Squad, who were the producers of Public Enemy's albums, produce his first album, it wasn't that West Coast gangster rap sound. So that first song you got, fuck you, Ice Cube. You know, that shit was crazy. It's from the nigga you love to hate. That shit was crazy, man. I haven't, no other hip hop albums made me feel, you know, and that's back then when we had to wait.
Yeah.
When new shit came out on Tuesdays.
Yeah. When was the first time you heard music about like banging? Do you think?
Probably Ice-T.
How old were you, do you think? This is the guy that I think is corny.
Probably, yeah, he sounds corny. I was about 10.
Do you think, not that I think that hip hop has anything to do with like crime, but do you think that hearing stuff like that when you're a kid kind of makes it easier to do it later? You know, like when you're a kid singing along to rap songs about
most definitely
doing certain things, like it makes it easier when you're a teenager to.
Most definitely.
You think so?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And my dad used to tell me, you got that Jekyll and Hyde syndrome. And I think back on that shit now. That was NWA and Public Enemy. NWA was making me, you know, be prepared for that Jack move. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a 9 mil I can stick in my pocket, but then I go pop in that Public Enemy, you know, and it was Black Power, Black Pride. You know what I mean? So yeah, it definitely influenced you.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Not like it's hip hop's fault, but I mean, because like Eminem had to go in front of Congress and shit about how his music was affecting kids. You know, I think NWA had to do something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got him federally indicted for fuck the police.
Yeah.
That song,
and it's
man.
like, I don't know. And people do it about like video games and stuff too. And it's like, I think it does. I mean, I think it does influence kids. I don't think it's like it's music's fault or TV's fault.
Right. Because I don't blame hip hop.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the judge and be like, you know what, Ice Cube told me to. I never.
Well, like that shit would have happened anyway. You know, like
you know what I mean.
Like stuff happened to you, and then you're like, oh, Ice Cube talked.
It was
about
the
this.
time in the environment. First
like,
of all,
like, oh, I heard something about this before.
Yeah.
You know, like if anything, it maybe even just prepared you.
Prepared you definitely
for some things.
Prepared
that
definitely
that you might see.
Definitely that. Well, that's the thing. I can't remember when gangster rap. I want to say the early 90s.
And then it's like, oh, these dudes are going through the same shit.
Exactly.
And they're famous now.
Well, that's where I'm going with it. We didn't call it gangster rap. When Ice-T, King T, NWA, and those groups who were all products of the 60s riots in LA and Watts and all that, it was called reality rap.
No, yeah.
It was the news.
Yeah.
It was our world news in the hood. Because that was the only place we was going to hear it, was in our box on that tape. Whoever Ice-T, you know, Ice-T, I didn't consider Ice-T corny. You know what I mean? I was old enough. I remember the crack game and, you know, and all that shit. And the hip hop, you know, was right there with the drug game. It was always right there. You know what I mean? So so then you got shit that was being themed after that. And mainly it was Ice-T. You know what I mean? He was giving us, he was letting us know at the beginning of the song, I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm your sister, you know what I mean? I'm your pusher man. But at the end of the song, Ice-T was always letting us know, hey, you gonna be in dead or you gonna be in jail. That was always Ice-T. He was gonna give us the spell.
Yeah.
But at the end of that song,
kind of like and I mean, people making music about their reality and then it affecting other people who have the same reality. I mean, that's just gonna happen. See, I mean, you can't really say it's hip hop's fault.
Not at all.
Because that shit, like hip hop, only happened because that stuff was happening.
It was
in
the
first
time.
place.
It was the time and the environment. You know what I mean? Whether I was introduced to hip hop or not,
yeah, like
I was
it
seeing
would
that
happen.
shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was seeing the gang members. I was seeing the pimps, the players, the hustlers, and the gangsters and shit. So it wasn't gonna matter anyway.
Yeah, so maybe like hip hop music is even comforting. Maybe
most definitely.
Like
Just
to know,
like-
like, oh, other people are going through this shit too, especially before the internet and stuff.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, this dude from California had the exact same day that I had today. I mean, maybe Compton was a little worse, probably.
Music soothes the savage beast, man, and it just happens to be hip hop to me.
That's crazy, man. Music's wild, man. It transcends boundaries. We were listening to Machine Gun Funk before this. Yeah, and there was probably a time where we were both listening to Machine Gun Funk at the same time for different, because we used to listen to Machine Gun Funk like before we went on missions and stuff. We're like loading our
It's one of them.
our bullets
yeah,
in the
you creeping,
magazines.
Yeah. That's definitely one of the riding to some shit songs. Definitely.
Yeah, we hop in the vehicles, roll across the desert.
Goddamn right.
Machine Gun Funk playing.
Goddamn right. Yeah. Big,
It
man.
just gets the people going.
One of the
man.
greatest.
I put on Machine Gun Funk. We both got goosebumps.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
little bit.
all day. 1994, man.
Shit
I was
brings back-
18,
shit
19
brings
years
back-
old, man.
Brings back memories, man. Similar but different memories.
Similar but different. Both.
Yeah, weird. Music's weird like that. Is my
both
is my
growing
point.
times and experiences, though. Shit.
Yes. Yes.
Came straight out of high school to fucking jail. To man, oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, shit's crazy. Music's crazy.
But yeah, probably I was gonna say probably one of the greatest storytellers in hip hop. While we talking about hip hop,
Oh, you busted
don't-
out the Modelo today. I forgot about that.
Modelo, man. Hell yeah. We trying to get
It's a drinking podcast. I'm having Dr. Pepper.
trying to get a sponsor up in here, man. Modelo,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah,
man?
we're not sponsored, but Modelo,
Modelo, what's
we
up,
could
baby?
be.
What's up, baby? Yeah, storytellers in hip hop, man. Who's Big is definitely up there.
Slick Rick.
Slick Rick's definitely in there. Scarface, man. I don't know if you're real hip to Scarface.
Yep.
Scarface is different. Scarface is a great storyteller.
Ice-T.
Ice-T is definitely a great storyteller.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube's definitely a great storyteller.
I mean, I feel like most 90s, because that was kind of what it was.
That's what it was, right? The time, the environment, the reality in the music. Yeah, definitely. You don't get
Yeah, now you can kind of get away with just putting out like a beat. Yeah.
to a dope
Just
beat,
a beat
man.
and a hook, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like,
Yeah. It was Snoop
Yeah,
saying,
people
they ain't even using that cadence no more. It's just woo and some stupid ass shit. I can do that shit.
yeah, we usually can't even find a hook when we're listening to when we're listening to 90s hip hop. Sometimes it's
No
hard.
hooks, man.
Yeah,
All
sometimes it's
rap.
hard to find a
fucking
hook.
rap. That's
It'll be a
rap.
5-minute song.
That's fucking
and
rap.
They'll just go back and forth.
Wu-Tang. No
That
hook.
was the cool thing about groups is when they would do like a 6-minute song and everybody gets like 2 minutes.
We ain't got no time for no hook.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
And
Wu-Tang,
even if Wu-Tang
gets weird.
they get
Wu-Tang has all those like I'm gonna staple your balls.
yeah,
to
that
the
yeah,
dresser.
that
On,
yeah.
what song is that? Method Man. Is
that blew us away, dog. I think that's on 36 Chambers. Yeah, I think that's on
weird.
36 Chambers.
I don't even know what. The
So
fuck
yeah, so close
Yes,
and keep
feeding you and feeding
you. Like what? Why?
It's
I don't-
weird,
I don't
man.
want to
It's
do that.
weird.
I don't want to do that, man. I would never do that to you, dog.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's something that people don't do anymore. That I'm kind of the skit thing. I'm kind of glad that went away.
Yeah, because it got a little.
Yeah, it just got crazy.
It got a little
Like
redundant.
and they would do it like, oh shit, this is a dope song. Like Method Man, that's a dope song. But I don't want to listen to 2 minutes of you talking about how you chop each other's balls off.
Yeah, I don't-
Every single time I listen to it, I'm like, I'm driving my car trying to fast forward it to when the song actually starts.
And who else got bad with that?
Naughty by
Wayne got bad with that.
Yeah,
too.
Naughty
I
by
was like,
Nature got pretty. What's the one? It's On, I think. Once again, it's on. You know, I think that one has like a minute and a half skit. Eminem got really bad with it, but Eminem would at least his skits would be like separate tracks. So
Who
like
was it?
back in the day for the youngins, back in the day when I was putting song on my iPod, I could just not put the skits on there.
iPod. Ooh.
Yeah. And that would be cool. It could hold like 128 songs.
Them things are about to fade out.
Shit.
Did you see that?
Yeah, they
shit?
stopped making them, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was like, stopped.
Damn. I was looking for one just not too long ago, just for the fuck of it, so I could hook it up in the
Probably
car.
get one. You gotta probably get one pretty cheap. I remember when they first started being able to play movies, and the screen's like an inch, and you're like, oh shit, I'm watching Shrek in the car.
I had one of those snuck in.
On a-
Well, I didn't have it snuck in prison, but I bought it off a guy when I was in prison, man.
An iPod.
Yeah.
What do you suppose the craziest thing somebody got their hands on was?
in prison?
Yeah, like
Syringes,
well, I mean, not even
needles.
like something a little more harmless than that. Like I don't
Something a
know,
little more harmless.
like something you looked at and you're just like how did you get that?
Cell phones.
Yeah.
You know, now I don't. I guess that it's easier. You know, they got so much
Well,
technology.
dude, do you ever go on PrisonTok? It's TikTok. TikTok. You can hashtag PrisonTok. It's dudes in prison that have phones and they just like are on TikTok.
Yeah, that shit's blowing my mind,
Like,
man.
doing
That
shit.
shit's blowing my mind. I'm seeing these videos and dudes is in there selling shit. Cause back when I was in the joint, dog,
Like, let me show you how I make ramen noodles.
You wasn't doing that. You wasn't doing that because, you know, the guards be at home and shit. You know what I mean? They see that shit. They're like, damn, goddamn, this Wilkerson and D7 up. Wow, call the penitentiary. These motherfuckers got phones. Shake that bitch
I know they're
down.
on TikTok live.
Shut
They're
the
like,
whole motherfucking prison down. There's a phone in D7.
yeah, they're like live streaming from their cell. That's just
Yeah,
fucking
that
crazy.
blows me away. I'm like, but it also fucks me up, man. Like, damn, they ain't making prison scary no more.
Well, and that was another like, oh man, I think I grew up poorer than I thought I did because I saw this one and it's like, he's like, I'm gonna show you how I make ramen noodles. And I was watching, I was like, oh, I like ramen noodles, and I was like, that's exactly how I make them. I already make my ramen noodles like that.
Hey, man, you get me the right ingredients, I can whip you up some shit, dog, and you'll ask for some more.
Yeah. Well, I have a very specific ramen noodle method.
Okay,
Drives my wife crazy.
let me hear it. Let
You
me
wanna
hear it. Let me
Okay.
hear it. I got one too. Let me hear it.
Here's what I do.
All right.
Usually, so I grab 2 packets. I'll grab like a Tupperware container that's just big enough for them,
Right.
and I'll snap them in half, and then I'll put them in there. It's like 4 little. I shove them into the Tupperware thing.
I'm with you.
I fill it with water, and then I'm gonna microwave that for 2.5 minutes.
I got you.
I'm gonna grab a fork, I'm gonna stir it up. I'm gonna microwave it again for 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna take it out of the microwave. I'm gonna let about half of the water out. I'm gonna put the seasoning packets in, stir it up real good. I'm gonna put it back in the microwave, cook it for 2 more minutes, and then they come out all sticky.
So you like yours like sticky?
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife hates it like
I
that.
tell you how I do mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I boil the water
Oh, so you actually
till
boil
it's
the water?
nice and hot.
Yeah, I microwave them.
Okay. You microwave.
Fundamental.
I've done it, but I boil the water, let it get nice and hot. Then I take the package, right? Open it. I don't crack it in half or nothing. I keep it just how it is,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Throw it in the water. I let it swim in there for about 3 to 5 minutes, so they come out nice and kind of like hard. I like mine. You know what I mean?
You like them al
I
dente.
like them al dente.
Al dente. That's
Yes,
how my wife
sir.
likes them too. I bet my wife would like your ramen noodles. a lot.
Okay, so then
She
I
doesn't
take
like
that
mine.
out with the fork. I put them in the bowl. I take the seasoning,
Mhm.
throw it on there. Then I take a little bit of that hot water, and I pour them over the rest. So they kind of like, you know, then
yeah,
they soften up just that little much more.
You ever put egg in it?
No,
A little bit, an egg and like a little bit of sugar.
no,
My Asian uncle taught me that.
no shit.
Yeah.
Huh. I was about to say that gotta be real.
Yeah, an egg and a little bit of sugar. I thought the sugar was too much. I thought I was gonna fuck it up, but if I make them on the stove, I like to do it like that. But I make them in the microwave. And my wife's
Interesting.
what
What kind of egg? Scramble or?
you just crack it into like a cup or whatever and just whisk it up, and then you stir the noodles and you just pour it in there, so it like it like makes like egg strings kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's gonna connect to the noodles.
Yeah, and it like because you stir it and you pour it in slow, so it makes like a line of eggs that's like spinning around and then it cooks like that.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's a lot. My wife, I don't even know that she ever tried it when I made them like that. She doesn't eat stuff that I make.
That sounds like some penitentiary shit. Your uncle been in prison?
No,
Shit.
he's just,
Okay.
no, he's just Asian.
I thought I seen a guy in there
Yeah,
do
so-
that shit. Goddamn.
Yeah, yeah. And my wife's like, why were you making yourself ramen noodles so much? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Was I at home alone more often than people normally are? I don't know.
That is the go-to meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was on the solo, man, it was either ramen noodles or French fries.
French fries.
I go get that big ass bag of French fries, man. Like fry.
Oh, you just bake 'em?
Just bake them, fry them, fricassee them motherfuckers, man. However, or just a bag of potatoes and just chop them shits up, man. And throw some butter in that shit. And man, I can eat potatoes any kind of fucking way,
Any
bro.
kind of potato.
Any kind of fucking way. That shit, I lived off of that shit, man, for so long. Ramen noodles, cereal.
Yeah.
and fucking potatoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, in the Marine Corps, we didn't have a kitchen or anything, and we weren't allowed to have
No chow hall?
a hot plate. Well, we had a chow hall, but it's not like we couldn't go cook, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
So
right.
it's like if
I
wanted
we
some-
couldn't either, but
Right, yeah. So if I wanted something to eat, it was like I had to use a microwave,
okay.
and that was it. So there was like
We had
while I was a kid during the summer, I'm microwaving myself noodles all the time because mom and dad are at work. In the Marine Corps, I'm microwaving myself ramen noodles every day because that's
see when I was a kid, the microwave was fairly new, and my mom didn't want one in the house.
oh, so you were fucking with the actual stove.
Yeah, we had to go to the stove.
Well, that seems a lot more dangerous, honestly, than
we had to go to the stove,
microwave.
man. From
Like
the
if I'm
school.
thinking about it, if I had a 7-year-old in my house, I'm like, would I rather have him use a microwave or would I rather have him try to use a stove?
Well, we were taught. I was doing laundry at fucking 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were taught. You know, we were taught. Believe it or not, we were taught stove etiquette in school. How to turn the handle the other way.
I need to work on that because I'm always putting the handle in the wrong spot, and it seems like my wife's just out to get me on that.
Yeah,
Because it's like, well, it's like no matter where I put the handle, it needs to be in the other spot. Is what it feels like to me. I tried to do it. I'm like, oh, my wife likes the handles a certain way, and then I try it, and then she comes out and she's like, whoosh, first thing, and she's like, why do you always do the handles wrong? And I'm like, fuck, I thought that was the opposite of the way I did it last time. I think she's just fucking with me.
If I remember
I
correctly,
think she's just fucking with me a little bit. Do you remember the rule? Maybe that'll help me. Like, what's the etiquette rule
for
stove handles?
for stove handles
For the pot handles.
for the pot handle to the inside, not the outside. Because say you leave the kitchen and you come back in and you just happen to be a little too close to the stove and you swipe it.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Turn it to the inside.
That makes sense.
If I remember correctly, I think there was even a film even in school where we watched it when we were kids.
Maybe this is turning into a bit of this is getting a little specific and personal. I feel like I don't ever have the handles hanging over the edge of the stove because that's like common sense.
Well, I think they even make pots and pans with better than.
Yeah, well, like I understand that. I'm not gonna leave the handle hanging out over the edge of the stove.
Right,
I understand that. So now I kind of feel like this is just a personal preference thing for my wife, and whether she likes them like this way or this way.
Y'all got a conversation.
I think that's what's happening.
Y'all got a
I
conversation.
think that's less of a safety issue because I mean maybe I do. I kind of bumble around the house, just making bad decisions, I guess.
Hey man.
But I think I don't leave the pot handles over the edge of the stove. That seems like an obvious one to me right now. Wife, tell me if I'm wrong.
Let him know.
But
it's
she'll be in her
it's
YouTube.
on his mind.
She's in her YouTube videos like, yeah, so my fucking husband left the pot handle
goddamn pots
hanging off the stove again. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but my wife's starting a YouTube channel.
Word.
Yeah.
Doing her thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she watches a lot of like beauty YouTube. We talked about it. Like they talk about like they do their makeup and they talk about murder and shit.
right. I did watch that shit.
Yeah. She watches a lot of stuff like that, and she was like, maybe I'll start a YouTube channel. She's not doing stuff like that. She's doing like they're called Get Ready With Me's. You know, it's where like ladies put their makeup on and just like talk about whatever's on their mind. You know,
ready for the day-to-day action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like it's a lot like a podcast. It's like except she's by herself, which would be a lot harder.
Yeah.
I can't really imagine doing an hour's worth of her videos are like an hour long.
Really?
I don't know if she wants me to plug it or not, so I'm not going to.
What's the name of it?
Well, that's what I just said. I don't know if she wants me to plug it or not. So
okay.
Yeah, so I'm not going to.
It's under wraps.
Yeah,
right
she's
now,
like
huh?
she's like feeling it out still. You know, she's
under
like
wraps. Okay.
Yeah, she's like getting her setup figured out. She's getting her audio figured out.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah, she's still a little. She's real. And I'm like this too. But she's real nervous about putting herself out there. You know, like she doesn't want to be on video necessarily. Like,
yeah, I can dig it because that internet, man. This internet's a motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
it's a motherfucker.
Yeah. So from that aspect, I'm real proud of her. Obviously,
hell yeah.
It's like
hell yeah,
it's a big step. You know,
it is.
Like, I mean, even for us, like I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna do like full body cam now. That sucks.
Yeah.
But I did like it. It took me like 20 minutes to edit the show.
No shit.
This last
it looked
week,
good
yeah.
too. It looked good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Looked
I do.
real good.
So I do like that a lot.
Yeah, it looked real good.
But we did get we got Maine for sure.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
So
definitely. just
we
went
got-
to a show in
Yeah, I saw he won whatever.
I forget the name of the town. A little town outside of Chicago. Fucking won, man. I knew he would though. I knew he would.
Yeah, he's got some good looking dogs.
Yeah.
I got a lot of questions. So yeah, episode 50, our first guest, Tremaine. He's your cousin, right?
Yep.
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 Yeah, Dee's cousin.
Best friend, man. I probably say best friend. You know, we grew up. You know,
Yeah, super
like,
cool dude. He's been in here before while
Oh,
we
yeah.
record the show. He wasn't on the show.
Yeah, he was off camera.
Yeah, but he sat over there and listened while we recorded.
He was the designated joint roller.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be fun. I'll have to go back to editing the 2 shots for that, but
Yeah, man, we got
I'm
a little,
down.
Yeah, we
I'm
got a
down
little
with it.
trickery under our sleeves. Next
yeah,
time,
I'm down.
Next
I'm
time,
down
y'all.
with that.
Big
Yeah,
things
but-
popping.
Yeah, it's perfect. And that'll be perfect for people who are still skeptical that we're inside of a barbershop.
Yeah,
Because you'll be able to see the whole thing.
Be able
Because
to
we
see
got
the whole thing.
now we got a camera over there pointed this way. We actually have it in the barber chair now. It's working
it
pretty
worked
well.
out.
The barber
That
chair is a
worked out
pretty good
dope.
tripod.
Worked out pretty dope.
And then we'll point a camera that way, so you'll be able to see the entire room.
Oh yeah, beast mode bullies.
Yeah, Beast Mode Bullies.
on IG, on
stuff.
Facebook.
Yeah, we'll plug him a couple more times leading up to the show. I mean, we plug him a lot anyway, just
Oh yeah.
because he's family and he's got sick looking dogs out there winning competitions. Well, I don't know, what kind of competition was it? Do you know? Maybe we'll save it and ask him. But
Yeah, because
It's like a dog show?
It's they call it stacking. Like in a bodybuilder competition, you know, you do your poses, you know. So
okay.
he commands him to stand and he fucking does it. You know what I mean?
I want to see that. I wonder if
it's
he's
a
got
trip,
videos
man.
of him
I
doing
call
that.
it's the name.
His dogs look jacked. They look like bodybuilders.
The name of his kennel is Beast Mode Bullies, but I call him the Beast Master.
Yeah.
Like he was my Caesar before fucking Caesar. I'm like, man, my homie been doing that shit, dog. He been talking to pit bulls and shit for 30 years, motherfucker. Where you come from?
Yeah,
man,
I'm really excited. I'm
my
really, really
dogs
excited.
listen to me, but most of the time they fucking don't. You know,
Yeah.
if I got a treat in my hand,
We'll
they'll
see.
come.
Yeah, that's my dogs know what I mean when I'm
Yeah,
talking
you
to
know what I
them.
mean?
It's up to them whether they want to fuck with what I'm saying or not.
Yeah, his animals, man, he'll do some shit with his face, and that I'm like,
Yeah,
oh fuck.
like they know something's bad. Like
Right.
I'll come inside and they'll all be hiding under the kitchen table, and I'm like, okay, well, somebody did something that they know they're not supposed to do, and they all know that they're not supposed to do it, but they did it anyway. And that's kind of where I'm at.
yeah.
Like my dog, I train my dogs well enough to know what's bad, but they don't care about.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I've never seen anybody, and he's Caesar like. I'll put him up there with Caesar. I've never seen anybody handle and command their animals the way he does.
Yeah, so
Never.
I got lots and lots of questions. For
Yeah,
you.
he'll answer them for you. He'll be.
Yeah, I can't
excited.
wait. I can't wait. I'm really excited about that. And then I think we talked about this too, but we're gonna try to do a guest every 5. It'll probably be Maine a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly.
Look forward.
But yeah,
to
I would
it.
love to.
Look
He's a
forward
cool
to
dude.
it.
I would love to have him on the show.
Then
a
after
few
that,
times.
man, we got Casino Deck, man.
Casino Deck. Is he local?
Yeah,
Local
he's
rapper?
a local rapper here, man.
Yeah, I'm
Local
excited
rapper
about
here,
that,
man.
too.
Got a big show coming. He got a big show coming up here. I think in a couple weeks. So
Yeah, we were trying to get him for the 50th episode.
yeah. So when he comes back, we want to hear all about it, man, and see where he's going with his music, man. So I'm excited
cool,
for that, man.
cool.
We got some big things, and then the
Yeah,
other
big
name, I'm gonna
things
keep that
coming.
one under wraps, but y'all ain't gonna want to miss it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good
I'm
one.
still trying to butter my boy up, but I'm pretty confident we got
Yeah,
it.
cool.
I'm pretty
Yeah, I know
confident
exactly
we
who
got
you're
it.
talking about.
Pretty
That's cool. I got some
confident.
questions for him too.
Pretty confident we.
I feel like there's a lot of people who got questions for him.
Mm-hmm.
We might even have to open it up for questions before the
Well,
show
yeah,
on
yeah.
that one. We
That's
might even. And you know what? Honestly, if you got any questions about dog breeding or raising dogs,
Barbering.
stuff you want to know from Tremaine when he's in the show, if you send in your questions, man. Always chillin' podcast at Gmail. Message us on Instagram. Find us on Twitter. One of the pages will respond.
Always chilling 22 on
Always
Twitter.
chillin' 22 on Twitter. Yeah, if you got questions about dog breeding or collecting dog semen, that's the part that I'm the most curious about.
Yeah, he can tell you all about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I like for real. I want to know,
I
wanna know what that's
I've
like.
witnessed.
and it sounds like he's just getting stacks for that.
Yeah,
so-
it's oh
like,
wow.
like it's legitimately something that
it's something I never ever.
somebody listening might want to get into it.
yeah, I never ever. What? Huh?
Yeah.
You do? That's a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
it's
wife
a
says
thing.
he's got encyclopedic knowledge about just dogs,
Dogs,
and
man. Dogs.
raising them and breeding them and training them.
We'd be walking through the hood, man, and some stray dog will run up, man, and it was immediately his.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, see, that's cool. It
was immediately his.
So I got a lot of questions. I'm really excited about that. No disrespect to any of the other guests we have lined up. I'm excited about them too, but I think I'm most excited about Tremaine.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got a lot of knowledge about some stuff that I really want to know. 'Cause, I mean, I got bad dogs, man. I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah, and then, and when you're
I got
around
bad
them and
dogs.
shit, you be like, God damn, man, I feel bad, man. Maybe I should go home and work with my boys.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Like my dogs suck. They're bad. I mean, they're good. They're like good bad dogs, Like they don't ever cross the line into like really really bad. They're just kind of naughty.
Okay, yeah.
But they're not like knocking people over or like eating other people's.
I'm trying to. Matter of fact, we might do it tonight. Have you ever seen the movie Up?
Yeah.
You haven't seen the movie. I'm waiting on that, man. We in 2022, man. Somebody out
Talking
there
dog
has invented the fucking collar.
I mean,
Where you at, dude?
we're pretty much out of time, but that would require like dogs to know what they're even saying, Like translating barks is one thing, but a dog doesn't know what barbicide is.
Well, whoever it is got work to do.
Yeah, so the dog's like not gonna be able to tell you like,
I need motherfucker,
I need some barbicide,
motherfucker,
or something. Like the dog, it didn't even know like food, like it wouldn't even know the word food. It just knows when you say the word food, it gets fed. It doesn't. I think there's bigger barriers than just translating.
Gorillas learn sign language,
saying.
or are they more intelligent than a dog?
For sure, they gotta be.
Because a gorilla's
like 99% of the way to a person.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And you look them in the eyes and they just know.
Like, ooh, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it. I don't like gorillas in zoos.
What about a pig? A pig, they're very intelligent.
Pigs are supposed to be real smart.
Yeah, elephants. You can teach elephant math.
Yeah. Gorillas, pretty much all the monkeys in the zoo, they look like they understand what's going on too well. Like they got sad eyes. Like the tigers and stuff are just in there. They don't know what the fuck's going on.
You don't think?
Not a thought.
You don't think they mad as fuck?
No.
You don't think?
Not the ones that were, especially not the ones that were born there.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, they got it made, dude. Like, what's their survival rate of a tiger cub?
Well, the elephants, I'm like, even being vegan, I understand. I love elephants. You know what I mean? I know those, and they had babies, man, back-to-back babies and shit. I know had they stayed in their environment over in Africa, they would not have lasted.
Yeah. So it's like animals don't want to be raised in captivity. Maybe you're right, but like I was watching this guy. He's a zookeeper, and they have like new baby octopuses.
Oh shit.
Octopi. I don't know. Octopussies. I don't know. Let me know.
I think all three, man. But
yeah.
Yeah.
And he said that in the wild they have like, it's like 0.1% of them survive or something crazy.
Really?
That wasn't what it actually was. I don't know. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it was super low. It was less than 5%.
Why?
Because they just get eaten, or
I was about to say, yeah, because
or like they
just gotta
they just die, like
get big enough. Because them some bad motherfuckers.
I mean, that's why like dogs and like lions and wolves, and that's why they have like 7 babies at a time, because they're expecting like 3 or 4 of them to die. But at the zoo, they all live and they're all happy and fat, and they don't ever have to worry about anything. Yeah. That's what I learned from nature documentaries. It's like being an animal is stressful, man. You're like constantly
motherfucking jungle.
Either
for real.
Like, you're either being hunted or you're worried about getting hunted.
Damn, we can't go a week without food.
Yeah,
a fucking lion can.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you're a deer in the woods. Like on the surface, it seems peaceful, but those deer are constantly.
That's
like,
got to be the most stressed out
they're
motherfucker
stressed,
out there, man.
Yeah,
that motherfucker can't drink 2 sips of water.
Their ears are like
running from nothing
they
and
hear,
shit.
Yeah, anytime they hear anything, you just take off in a full sprint, man.
Yeah.
It ain't that nice to be in the wild. That's what I learned from nature documentaries. It's like that shit's stressful.
That shit is stressful.
Unless you're like top dog where you're at, and then you got to worry about eating. Like the lion is going a week between eating because it takes him a week to catch anything. Like he's trying the whole time and failing. Yeah. So, yeah.
Damn.
The zoo seems nice. That's what I'm saying.
I guess you're right. I'd live in that motherfucker too.
Those lions are like, they wake up from a nap at 2 p.m. That's the type. They're living like I live right now.
I'd live in that motherfucker.
We basically got the same life.
Yeah, they chilling.
Yeah. All right. That's the show. Thanks for listening, everybody. Check us out on all our socials. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, like I said. Videos are on YouTube, obviously. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Videos are also on Spotify if you want to check us out there. Either way, I hope you guys have a good week. We'll see you.
Holla.